I was invited but left out the entire time. For a little context, I 25 female and disabled and have multiple chronic conditions making me medically fragile. I don't get out much but when I do, I use a wheelchair and cane and can only tolerate an hour or two at a time. I do not go on vacations especially when there is a lot of physical activity. My parents have been trying to convince me for the past 2 years to join them camping for Mother's Day. I have politely declined due to my physical health and it saddens me of course because they take my child on the trip with them. I miss out on family vacations and miss out on a lot with my son. My dad convinced me to go this past weekend and take my partner as well. My grandparents were also going and I only get to see them twice a year. For months he has been saying, it will be very laid back, relaxing, and a great time to share with kiddo and all of us. You miss out on a lot of memories with him because you're sick but I want to make this work. He is growing up so fast, you need to take more risks and put yourself out there. I really want to get to know your partner more too. He got a hotel nearby for me to rest when I need and validated my health concerns. My only issue besides some anxiety was that my family guilts me when I use my cane. I don't think my dad even knows I use a wheelchair because I know he will disapprove, but it was supposed to be a relaxing trip so maybe I could just try without at least the chair and only use my cane if absolutely needed. Anyway, the whole trip was horrible. Sure, there were some fun moments but I was absolutely miserable and only got to spend a total of 8 hours with them, give or take, from Saturday through Monday late afternoon. They planned back-to-back walks, 5-mile hikes, shopping, exploring, etc. I knew I would be left out on a lot of things. That's fine of course, they were camping after all, but they talked it up as if they were making it as adaptable as possible for me and my partner to be included. We were only staying from Saturday to Monday and they were staying until Wednesday so they had more time to do things I couldn't do after we left. We all arrived on Saturday at around 2 p.m., but they didn't allow us to come hang out at camp until late evening so we could only stay a short time because it got too late. The next day was Mother's Day. No one talked to my partner and I at breakfast. Whenever we tried to join in the conversation, we were ignored or talked over. After a couple hours of food and shopping, my legs were purple and swollen. I was in an extreme amount of pain and exhaustion. I told them I needed to rest and then we can meet up for the next thing they had planned, but they wanted to do that immediately so I had to stay behind. They got back at like 7 p.m. but decided to leave again for a walk and didn't get back until almost 9 p.m. We didn't stay for long obviously. On Monday we had to check out of our hotel at 11 a.m. They went on a morning hike and told us they'd be back around 12 to 1 p.m. at the latest. I told them we are leaving around 4 so they said they'd be back in time. We went to the shops for a couple hours to kill time and then waited in the car for a while in 95 degrees heat. At 2 p.m., I texted my mom but no answer. We decided to wait for them at their trailer but when we got there, the campsite manager kicked us out because my family wasn't there. I was overheating and really struggling. At around 2:45, we decided to just travel back home. I wanted to say bye especially to my son but I physically couldn't handle it anymore. We needed to go back before it turned into a medical emergency. I texted my mom again letting her know we were leaving and that I was really disappointed in how all of this turned out. They made a big deal about me coming but didn't keep my health in mind and left us out of almost the entire trip. I put in so much effort, pushed myself, and I feel crushed. I'm happy for the good moments but 99% of the trip felt a waste of so much energy and money. It felt like we were ghosts to them. My mom didn't reply until a little after 4 p.m. and got defensive about my feelings. She said that if I hadn't needed to take a break on Mother's Day, then we could have spent more time together, completely ignoring the fact that I am ill as well as the parts where they changed the plans for whole trip. I feel sad, betrayed, unwanted and they put my health at risk. I should have just stayed back because I was right to not go the other times they invited me. I am seeing them this weekend and dreading because I know I am going to get scolded for being ungrateful and unreasonable or something.